listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network. You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network.
To Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk. On Saturday, April 25th, Final Hour Christian Ministries invites you to their annual Visitors Day service. End of days, where are we in 2026? On Saturday, April 25th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Mandela Hall Center of Excellence with Pastor Mackenzie and the Final Hour family. See you there. Final Hour Christian Ministries invites you to their annual Visitors Day service. End of days, where are we in 2026? On Saturday, April 25th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Mandela Hall Center of Excellence with Pastor Mackenzie and the Final Hour family. See you there.
Information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk.
Hands up, don't let them drop, keep them up. I tell you it's a legal stick of blood. Hands up, don't let them drop, keep them up. Don't let them drop, keep them up. Put your hands up, don't let them drop now. Well, let me tell you something now. I come in the name of the law, so what I identify myself for. I have all rights to kick in your door and make your life face down on the floor. I could ransack your house without reason and without warrant. Confiscate all your valuables. I could do any damn thing I want. I could break in the still of the night, beat you and then threaten your life, rough up your daughter and your wife, and you better don't try to fight. Cause I am your friendly neighborhood policeman. Trust me now, I'm here to protect and serve. And bust up your mouth if you call me Babylon. Hands up, don't let them keep them up. I will bust up your mouth if you call me Babylon. Hands up, don't let them keep them up. I will bust up your mouth if you call me Babylon. Hands up, don't let them keep them up. I will bust up your mouth if you call me Babylon. Hands up, don't let them keep them up. You see you, look, pull aside, turn off your lights, give me your license and registration. I ain't right, I take it for the day and I stand up in the hot sun. Your ID light glow, your muffler too low, take a 200 ticket and go. But oh, you spell defective again, DEF, no, go slow, cause I didn't do so well in school. But don't feel you take me for a fool. Cause if I feel you're getting kicked, you'll get your ticket with a bus slip. Cause I am your friendly neighborhood policeman. I can't really spell too well, but I'll bust your mouth if you call me stupid man. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. I will bust off your mouth if you call me stupid man. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. I will bust your mouth if you call me stupid man. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. I will lick out some teeth if you call me stupid man. Hands up, take me to the bridge, Lord, because I tell you it's guns and handcuffs, boots and handcuffs, shut and lock neck. That's how I get my respect. I tell you it's guns and handcuffs. I say boots and handcuffs in your eye. Shut and lock neck. Well, everybody in Kaiser house, let me see you put your hands up, don't end up, keep them up. This is a legal stick of blood. Hands up, don't end up, keep them up. I tell you it's a legal stick of blood. Hands up, don't end up, keep them up. Good Lord, it's a legal stick of, yeah. Hands up, don't end up. Let me tell you something about me, you see me? I'm just a common criminal, but on the other side of the fence, overworked and underpaid, so this work ain't making no sense. That's why me and my batch, we decide to run that truck block. Everybody don't know we behind it, but we don't give a damn. Cause if you mess with we hustle, you could end up in real trouble. You could disappear mysteriously or die in a shootout tragically. Cause I am your friendly neighborhood policeman. I supply the drugs from here, but I'll gun you down if you call me pusher man. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. I will shoot you down if you call me pusher man. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. I will murder you if you call me pusher. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. Hands up, go and drop, keep them up. I come to serve and protect all the damsels who in distress. Anytime it's a woman involved, it's then self I'm at my best. Whenever I'm on patrol and I sight a lovely beauty, it's then self I just go above and beyond the call of duty. Listen, call me Constable Casanova, cause I have woman all over. Me ain't have time to lock up man, cause I always running woman. Cause I am your friendly neighborhood policeman. Trust me now, I tackling all woman, but I'll bust your mouth if you call me village ram. Hands up, don't let drop, keep them up. I will bust off your mouth if you call me village ram. Hands up, don't let drop, keep them up. I'll hit your gun butt if you call me village ram. Hands up, don't let drop, keep them up. I say I'm going to bust your mouth. Well, everybody in the place, if you don't want a case, put your hands up, don't let drop, keep them up. I tell you it's a legal stick of blood. Hands up, don't let drop, keep them up. Hands up, don't let drop, keep them up. Hands up, don't let them drop, keep them up. I said they walking. Wait, hey. Oh. I said they walking. I said they like it. Hey. Whoa. I said they walking. Granny say, girl, you have to guard your life. Some people out there, them ain't really nice. Yeah. As soon as they get little success, they smile with you, but inside they really vex. So, you have to protect yourself and be covered, cause your happiness to them is a bother. So they cock in their head, say, hear your business, so they know how much portion they need to make, cause they walk in. Watch them. Some of them envious people in. Trust me. Look. They find in life they're getting too easy. Opportunities and making good money. So instead of working hard for their own bread, they rather use over here and get your life instead. Cause they walk in. Watch them. Some of them envious people in. Trust me. Look. Oh, let's stop it. I say they walk in, I say they like it. Hey.
best friend. Some of them come in your life to cause problem. Some woman will do anything to get a man. Sweat rice, rubber bush on the Sam. So tell your friend all your man business. You talking, she making a checklist. While you bossing, I'm a friend from senior sec. She by the obia man sacrificing your neck. Cause they walking. Watch them. Some all your good best friend in. Trust me. But some of them just play the camera shot. Always talking about morals and standards. But the slitting good pig and chicken neck. Just to get the best friend hot fun for some sex. Cause they walking. Watch them. Some all your good best friend in. Trust me. Look. Stop it. Wait. I said they walking. I said they like it. Hey. I said they walking. Don't say I say, but this is what I hear. Some Californians do it with competition, yeah. They saying why the soca artists in the thing. But before soca is so I started in. So, yes, I'm holding my arms, I call rounder. Don't want nobody pass and bouncing my shoulder. I walk with blue soca, priest and a camper block. I myself cause I don't know they do, they walk on, they like it. Watch them. Some of them Californians in. Trust me. I have a blue bag tonight, I ain't playing. I take a blue soap shower this morning. I still find that wasn't enough blue. So I didn't walk with me whole father super blue. Cause they walk in. Watch them. Some of them Californians in. Trust me. Look. Stop it. Wait. I said they walk in. I said they like it. Hey. Oh. Thank you. I'm from. I said they walk in.
Greetings to you, Prime Minister. This letter is just for you. My intention was to give you this letter when election was true. But since Dr. Rowley was stepping down, I figured I couldn't wait. I'm reading it now.
I'm reading it now.
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late.
I hear people say the PNM wasting the nation's time. I hear people say the UNC go scrape every last dime. And some couldn't choose between bad and worse, so I had to write this plea for the next leader of this country.
Cause we need to see
a nation full of success. We need a leader addicted to progress. Someone who's not here for the money and always giving us transparency. A leader with a clear destination and a direction that we will see. Most respectfully,
to whom this may be.
Some people say bad politics slowing this nation down, and some people say implementation is where we does go wrong. But I say that they both are true, and that's what we need to see to fix our style of democracy. Some people say this moving world keeps on evolving, and some people say our infrastructure needs some upgrading. That's why I hope this letter you read for these issues to resolve, so sweetie auntie could start to evolve. Cause we need to see ministries that competent, information you'll get in 10 seconds, public servants who will answer the phone and give you advice with a pleasant tone. A bank run should take you the whole day. It's time we stop playing that war we was see.
That war we was see.
Most respectfully,
to whom this may be.
When I was a little boy, but when I see they arrested Earl, I'm glad my gun was just a toy. It reminds me there are few ways up and 1,000 ways to fall. It's not just for one, but that goes for all. Many leaders in this land could be guilty or innocent, and it's hard for the people to truly know, so they will judge your intent. So before you walk in that big office, take a look at your character and have a long chat with Almighty Father. Cause we need to see power without ego. Take a ride on the bus, let people know. Don't be too much on your high horse, but be confident whenever time calls. Careful how much your leaders put one pot. Them things have to stop. Thy war we was see.
Thy war we was see.
Most respectfully,
to whom this may be.
This is written in the future tense, with hopes that you are a leader of great poise and great resilience, one who structures TNT with its local policies, not from global powers, but what the nation needs. I'm not going to lecture you on what's right and what is wrong, but I ask you based on the people's needs, keep your ears down on the ground. And don't be like Gillian Bishop and not care what the people think, cause you could still learn from the babes and sucklings. Cause we need to see TNT in the World Cup, innovation from young people non-stop, a culture industry to hang the emblem high, so soca go stop trying to eat the pie. A leader who strike fear into criminals, that is critical. Thy war we was see.
Thy war we was see.
Most respectfully,
to whom this may be.
information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information. The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk.
You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network.
Final Hour Christian Ministries invites you to their annual Visitors Day service. End of days. Where are we in 2026? On Saturday, April 25th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Mandela Hall Center of Excellence with Pastor Mackenzie and the Final Hour family. See you there.
You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network. All right, good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to those of you locked on to Constructive Talk. It is Thursday the 23rd. Is it? Yep, Thursday the 23rd of April. Oh, how this year is flying so fast. This year is flying so fast. I don't know about you, but this year is really, really flying. And I just hope that some of you who are on the live, you know, you're watching what's going on. Or some of you watching what's happening. A lot of things are happening, and I just really hope that people are watching, people are taking notes, people are not just... Because, yeah, I watch the news tonight and I am lost. I'm lost in the mindset. I'm convinced that Trinidadians don't like PNM, boy. I saying it as it is, you know, and some people may not like what I'm saying, but I believe I think Trinidad and Tobago despise the PNM. And some of you might say why I say that, because so the government has a proposal before them, which is to I want to play the ad. I'm going to play the story, because if I say the story, some people I might say the wrong thing. So I want to play the story for you guys, right? We play the story for you guys. Now, when I heard the story, I said, "Nah, man, that story." I was like, I can't believe it. But you know what? I want to hear your views on it. It's about flights to Tobago. Right? And when I heard the story, I was really taken aback. When I sat down and I listened to the story, I said, nah, boy. I was really taken aback. I don't know about you, but Trinidad and Tobago, if the PNM had done this proposal that is being presented to the nation, boy, bacchanal in this country. Fairly Augustine and them. Trust me. Bacchanal in this place. Yeah, it would have bacchanal in this place. What am I talking about? Take a listen to this. Take a look and listen to this, and you tell me if PNM was even, if it was in a quiet statement made by the People's National Movement, you tell me if this would have been accepted. All right? You tell me. Take a listen to this, and then I want to hear from you guys. Story by story.
Top of the news. As government considers a proposal to introduce unsubsidized flights on the domestic air bridge, travelers could soon be paying close to $1,000 for a return trip to Tobago during peak periods on Caribbean Airlines.
Now, currently, a round-trip ticket costs about $400 TT. Minister of Trade, Industry and Tourism Satyakama Maraj tells Guardian Media the proposal would see one morning and one evening flight operating without state subsidy, allowing passengers to secure guaranteed seats at market-based prices. He explains that the initiative is designed to improve reliability on the route while reducing financial losses incurred by Caribbean Airlines, which currently operates subsidized services. He adds government is also in discussions with external carriers to service the route. He says there's an interest in developing a dedicated service.
People pay the rate. You want to fly tomorrow? You pay. Right, I think it was about $960 or $1,000 return, which is nothing, right? And but you have a secure seat, right? One in the morning, one in the evening, and if we need more, we put more.
So unsubsidized flights.
Unsubsidized, because as you know, when you have a subsidized flight, and Caribbean Airlines subsidizes it, the more flights they put on, the more money they lose. But they're happy to break even on a flight.
Now, tomorrow, government will officially relocate passengers flying to Tobago at the Piarco International Airport through the international gates. The minister says he expects some adjustments to be made by the authorities and passengers alike.
I'm not sure why they did it, but I think they did it for logistical purposes. Everything takes a little time. They thought about it very carefully, consulted everybody, and they thought that was the best approach to do it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. People will have a little time adjusting, just to sail clear. That's why we're doing the testing here. But once you get used to it, I think you'll find it an improvement.
Meanwhile, in addition to air transport reforms, Mirage outlined plans to digitize arrival and departure forms within the maritime sector as well.
Well, retired Director General of the Civil Aviation Authority, Ramesh Lachmadial, says he sees no issue with the introduction of unsubsidized peak hour flights between TNT, noting that current inter-island fares are already heavily subsidized and below market value.
The important point is that the current fare is heavily subsidized. It's way below the market value. And if people are willing to pay the market value in the peak periods, I see nothing wrong with that.
And economist Dr. Vanesh James says this move could be a practical way to improve access and efficiency in the domestic aviation system, but only if it is properly structured and based on data-driven policies.
He also argues that the system must balance affordability with the reality that some passengers are willing and able to pay more for priority, access, and flexibility.
This can be worked out. And let me just point out lastly that the Tobago, we have to calculate the amount of subsidy that we're paying in order to keep the seats at 400. In other words, you have to answer the question, what is the commercially viable rate, price for the tickets?
So you all heard that. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? You all heard what the minister had to say. Minister said, $1,000 that is nothing. $1,000 that is nothing. So it's a proposal that is before the government of Trinidad and Tobago. What are your thoughts about this? What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think that this might end up I don't even know what to say. But still, let me just play it for you all because I wanted to hear your views on it. I wanted you to be aware of it. I want you to understand that it's amazing. It's just amazing. Have you heard Fally Augustine on it? But that's it. That is the Tobago issue. I want to play for you also this evening to have a discussion on Job for the Boys. Job for the Boys. Statements made by former Minister of National Security, former Minister of Public Utilities, Member of Parliament, Mr. Marvin Gonzalez, said job for the boys. I want you all to listen to this story. Job for the boys. Take a listen to this.
So I want to bring to your attention a matter that escaped the attention of the public over the last 2 weeks. There was an announcement that MTS received a new CEO, or rather a new CEO was appointed to MTS. And his name is one Nicholas Kanhai. I found it quite strange that such a significant appointment in MTS escaped the attention of the public and by extension the media. I'm not blaming the media because what the media can pick up, the opposition will be able to pick up. And what the opposition can pick up, we expect the media as the fourth estate to pick up. But Nicholas Kanhai was appointed the CEO of MTS. And we are asking here today, who is Nicholas Kanhai? What brought him to that position? Who is he aligned to? And when was the post of CEO advertised internally or externally that brought him to that position? I decided to put his face up because he's now a public official. He's now appointed CEO of MTS. And it was brought to my attention that Nicholas Kanhai is a sitting councillor representing the electoral district of Barrackpore West. Representing, and leave that picture up please, representing the electoral district of Barrackpore West. Not too long ago, the same Nicholas Kanhai was busy on social media engaging in other political activities, criticizing CNC3, members of the media, criticizing the PNM, Dr. Rowley with his post, same Nicholas Kanhai, a serving councillor representing, and I asked the staff to put it up, the electoral district of Barrackpore West. Look at his post. Look at the date of his post. Look at the conduct of this councillor. Look at his attacks against public officials and former public officials. Look at his attacks against the media. That is Nicholas Kanhai, serving councillor for the electoral district of Barrackpore West. But there's also something very interesting. Days before he took up the appointment of CEO in MTS, Nicholas Kanhai was the advisor to one Barry Padarat, receiving a salary of over $30,000 in the Ministry of Public Utilities. The same Barry Padarat who spent the last 10 years accusing the PNM of all manners of things about job for the boys and job for the girls. I want to ask Barry, doesn't that represent job for the boys and job for the girls, Barry? Minister of Public Utilities, how come your advisor left the position of advisor to the Minister of Public Utilities, resigned from that position, and days after walked into the CEO's office in MTS and appointed Chief Executive Officer of MTS, receiving now a salary of $65,000 per month. Receiving a gross salary of $65,000 per month. That same Nicholas Kanhai, I'm asking this morning, when was that job advertised? Show me evidence of that job being advertised in the local newspapers in Trinidad and Tobago. Show me evidence of that job being advertised online. When? Where? Show me evidence of that job being advertised internally in MTS. Or was it that the only qualification to assume and be appointed as CEO of MTS was to be aligned with the boys and the girls, especially with the Honorable Minister of Public Utilities? What is good for the goose is better for the gander. And I ask the Honorable Minister, having served and continue to serve in that capacity as Minister of Public Utilities, how come your advisor left your office one day, run down to MTS or up to MTS in Aranguez and take up the job of CEO, a job that was not advertised? But what makes this matter even more egregious is the fact that The CEO position in the public sector in Trinidad and Tobago requires the minimum of 10 years senior executive management experience, leader of the opposition. You know that. You cannot assume the role of CEO of any state sector organizations in Trinidad and Tobago without at least 10 years senior executive management experience and a postgraduate degree in a recognized university. The last that I checked was that Nicholas Kanhai, let me tell you his experience. He worked in a technology company located in South Trinidad. The highest position that he worked there in that company for the last 11 years was a sales manager. Before that, he was a technical and commercial sales representative. That was his full-time job for the last 10 years. And whilst he was there, he offered himself in public service and became an elected councillor. And UNC came in office, ended up in the Ministry of Public Utilities as the advisor to the Minister of Public Utilities, and then walked into the CEO job in MTS, a position that has never been advertised based on our investigations, never been advertised, and now receiving a salary of $65,000 per month. Job for the boys and job for the girls. Who is really winning in this country?
Marvin Gonzalez says government's planned mass rally this Saturday should be called Awake. At an opposition media briefing today, he also raised concerns about parliamentary procedure and a senior state appointment. Gonzalez complained that Parliament will not sit on Friday, despite standing orders indicating that the fourth Friday of each month is reserved for the opposition's business. He said unsuccessful efforts were made to contact government officials, including messages and a formal letter to the leader of government business for clarity on the next session. He accused the administration of prioritizing political activity over governance and issued a warning to Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar.
That if she continues to push us, the dam will be breached and the ground will not be able to take the water when that dam is breached, and the ground will have its final say. The ground will have its final say.
The opposition chief whip is also questioning the appointment of Nicholas Kanhai as CEO of the MTS, asking whether the position was advertised and whether political affiliation influenced the decision. However, responding to CNC3 News, Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarath dismissed Gonzalez's claims, defending the government's handling of parliamentary business.
I had that conversation with him yesterday. I informed him it was a very cordial conversation. He told me that he understood in the circumstances, and I told him my caucus is meeting today, Thursday, ahead of cabinet, and I would share with him once I have some direction from my caucus in terms of when next we will sit and on what date the opposition will have their private members say. As I've indicated before, this is not unusual.
Padarath further rejected Gonzalez's claims of political favoritism in relation to the appointment of Kanhai. He noted that he is serving in an acting position and advertisements will go out soon.
So I want to ask some of my HR persons who might be listening to this program. If you are acting in a position, you're not supposed to have the qualifications to act in a position. HR persons who listening, anybody on the live who understand HR practices, if you understand HR practices, is it that if you are acting, you're acting manager, and doesn't the person who they put into act should at least have the qualifications to act in that position? Because most of the times, the persons who you put into act in the position should be able to apply for the position. And the what's what I'm looking for? Somebody is saying, so why didn't they put somebody from the organization to act? All right. I'm looking at some of these statements being sent. Google with the UNC qualification don't matter. Somebody is saying, imagine MTS going from Mr. Lennox Ratan Singh to this. Yep. So my question. So I want to have a question. I want people to call in and let's talk a little bit about this HR matter. Is it that somebody is saying on the live, somebody was just saying on the live that they could have used somebody from the organization to act. But my question is, my question still remain, and I want to find out, and anybody who listening and you're into HR could tell me, if I am to act in a position, should I have the qualifications to act in that position? Yes or no? Yes or no? 464-7003. And if not, then if you have HR, if you have HR skills and you are okura with the HR practices and you want to call in and tell us how it should be done or what is the HR practice, I'm willing to take your call. 464-7003. 464-7003. Tell me, how do you go about putting people to act in positions when it's, when there's a vacancy and you're going out to advertise for the position? Could you put anybody to act? Or is it best HR practice that you look for somebody who qualifies, who have the qualification for that position? You tell me. Taking your calls. 464-7003.
I say give me a F, and let them know that is the Some say the code is this, some tell we it's that, but I got the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon with serious issues. Mankind choose to fool around, then they go find out facing real consequences. That when you play childish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the F-A, F-O,
So I'm taking your calls 464-7003 464-7003. Tell me, what is proper HR practice? Is it that you choose your friend, family, job for the boys? What is the proper practice? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good night, Pastor Google. This now, a person must have, when you run resources, must have the qualification to have in that position. Every neighbor will tell you that they are important positions. You know the kind of problems could be created if you put the wrong person in that position. God, I mean, it's ridiculous. How you go put somebody to have any person to have the qualification? I tell you about these people doing what they want. You cannot do that. How you're putting a man to have who don't have no qualification. You know the kind of problem you could create for a company with that? Anything after that company is them have to get blamed for that one.
All right.
You understand? You can't do that. Human resources are important management position.
All right.
You have to know what you're doing there. You can't just think and next thing you know, you have a financial problem, accounting problem, or the same problem. That's the kind of problem you have with that, you know. And when money start to miss, nobody want to take no blame, you know.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good evening, 10%.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Pastor, that is happening all over the public sector.
What is happening all over the public sector?
Individuals who have no knowledge of organization, they are not qualified, and yet they appear in high office.
You sure?
That's what that. Why would I lie? I'm not going to take a lie. But actually, we have a PSA president here. She doesn't come here, right? Because that happened all over. And for some strange reason, they all happen to have the same background. Most of them from deep south. For some strange reason. So you shall tell me, you give a man a job. And here your excuse as a line minister. You give the man the job to he acting in inflation and you will put on for the said job you that makes sense. So you trying to tell me nobody in that office could have the qualification or could do a job? These highest he himself at the department here, you know at the department in life. You have sales manager most of the time for the last 10 years, and you bring me to run a company, a whole company, and you have like I said, are you telling people, you give a post of work.
Give the man a little give the man some experience. So that means that he has the experience. He's gathering experience there so that they could put him in a job, they could give him a position. Olympian don't understand how to do this thing. You have to understand how to do this thing. So hear what the minister is doing. So what the minister has done, the minister is saying here what? You need the qualifications and you need the experience. Because MP Gonzal would have talked about the experience. You need to have at least 10 years experience, or you need to have at least some years experience. So what the minister would have done is that he was a part of the minister what do you call it? He was an advisor to the minister.
Good. He just want to advertise to give friend.
All right, but he was an advisor to the minister. Okay, he was the minister's advisor, And the minister said, okay, here what? I'm going to give you the position, you know. So when you were my advisor, I was getting $35,000 a month. I want to be a minister advisor in the next government.
You really want to do that? You really want to do that by your brother? I want to say this.
You're not listening.
You say I'm a self advisor. I know. You say I'm a self advisor. You say by your brother. I know.
No. What I said. Don't do that. What I said was, I want to be a minister. I want to be an advisor in the next government. Right. That's what I said. You like too much.
Okay.
That 10%. That 10%.
On a serious note, that is happening all over the public sector.
Yeah, but still, you see, you're not hearing what I'm telling you. You only hearing what you want to hear. I'm saying to you, sir. You know what I'm saying to you, good sir. Right? What I'm saying to you, good sir, is Barry. You see, Barry looking out for his people. Barry looking out for his people. Barry took him as his advisor. Right?
That was enough.
Barry said, okay, here what? I'm moving you from advisor to CEO. That is experience the man getting there, you know. So what this man had to do now is to go and get his bachelor's. Right? Go and get his stuff. And come back in all your ways. And I hear you.
I hear you.
See that?
One day that one day stuff and come back. I'm going to come back.
What wrong with that?
No, nothing. That's why in certain cases, you want this content because nobody listens to nobody not to tell me for my country. There is nothing. And nobody. If want to hear you or she, you know, come because clearly we don't have they know crap. So no one to send the person, you know, come you clearly know nothing. All I know is listening and I'm going but I was went before. They can't tell you because they're working there last month or last 2 months. That's happening.
Look back and all here. Look couture.
Just happening that happen all over the sector, all over. So when I a certain sector, like I don't know, like social media, and if we talk about it, nobody is listening to the other person in our office because then they know nothing, and they can't shock nobody. That's what's happening all over the public sector right now. That's the other president. I don't know, like she, not she. All of them are nice.
Give you 10% under her, eh? In only Bacchanal, anything you want to play. You got 10%. Hey, yes, you got money under her. The mayor Port of Spain sat down right here and said
that is committee, I'm not working committee.
There is not a committee, anyhow.
Let me enjoy. Let me listen to the show. But that happened.
Taking the song.
Let me hear.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can
well, let's take that.
So you know what right now, Pastor?
You still on the line?
What?
You still on the people that phone?
Yeah, before I go, let me what I can listen to right now. He go and sit down in office And no one is going to listen to him. No one is going to take him because he don't know nothing of what's going on. So he can't give nobody no directives. Because nobody don't listen to him. He has no directives. So he just going to sit in the office, take some AC, and then he might try and go down there fast because he come back for and there's real traffic. So he might leave all around 1:2 so. Anyhow, let me make some space. I'm gone.
Thank you. 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. Alright, somebody say Google. Google, you're killing me, yes. Google. Somebody say Google, don't do with that. Somebody say Google, you're killing me, yes. Google. Alright, good night, Pastor Google. And all on the live. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're now joining us, we're talking about the issue that Mr. MP Marvin Gonzalez have brought up at the press conference. And I'm trying to get some HR. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying is, I thought that disrespect the taxpayers in Trinidad. When you could put a man who is not qualified to be with a position as CEO, and I think like MTF, we must have proper accounting and all the things. You understand? The man is qualified for the position. Why you put the man there? That you disrespect and the taxpayers of Trinidad and Tobago. People go there and mess up there. Next thing they hear is I put up money missing or that thing is done properly. You understand? And nobody in it. And you know what the biggest problem with having Trinidad? Nobody is getting penalized. Nobody is getting penalized. People doing wrong, I see wrong thing, and they get away scot-free. It's taxpayer money. Look at what people done on this already. Why are you putting somebody in a position after over 50,000 people unemployed to put a man in a position like that with taxpayers' money is concerned to manage a system like MTN? You want to bet? Not too long from now, you got problems with that company. If you have problem, you can find problem with the accounting, the other thing. Yeah. You understand? That is what is going on when you put unqualified people in position. Something really wrong here. Something wrong in this country, boy. Nah, that disrespect. Alright. I'm gone.
Okay, thank you. Alright, we're taking your calls. 464-7003. Caller, you need to learn to hang up your phone. 464-7003. 464-7003. So we're talking about, I wanted to touch on that issue with the HR. But look at this, Olia. Take a look at this. So today at the press conference, a media person would have asked Ms. Beckles if she was to rate the government, the UNC government in their 1 year, from 10 being the highest. Ms. Beckles said 3. TV6 poll this evening asks if people agreed with Ms. Beckles on rating the government on 3. 71% of the persons who call in on TV6 agreed with Ms. Beckles rating the government, giving the government a rating of 3 out of 10. Out of 10. Out of 10, the government got a 3. Out of 10, out of a rating of 10 as the highest, the government of Trinidad and Tobago got a 3. And the question was asked, Trinidad and Tobago, the question was asked, if you all agree opposition leader when she said that she would give the UNC a 3 rating for their first year in office. 3. And TV6 poll said 71% of persons agreed that the government needed a 3% rating. The other topic I wanted to touch on was a topic that I wanted to hear your guys' views on, which is the food. Where is it? Is this it? No. So you know CNC3 I've been doing this year in review for the government. The year in review for this government. And within the year in review, they dealt with the food prices. All right? They dealt with food prices. And they dealt with food prices. And I wanted to play for you something that was said that I don't know if you all, and I want to hear from a lot of you this evening, if you all agree. If you all agree with this news article, this news item. I personally don't agree with it. But I want to hear your views on it. So take a listen to this story and you tell me if you agree with this news story. Right? You tell me if you agree with this news story.
Come back. Has the cost of groceries really changed over the last year following the UNC government's commitment to address the rising cost of living?
We put that question to the test, comparing the exact same basket of food items from April 2025 to April 2026. The results may surprise you.
This side-by-side comparison of a standard basket of groceries shows that while some food prices have shifted over the past year, the overall cost of living remains largely unchanged. A check found that in April 2025, the basket cost $358.47 compared to $362.47 in April 2026, a modest increase of $4. The comparison was done using the exact same items, brands, and quantities, offering a snapshot of how supermarket prices have moved 1 year later.
As shown in the basket of goods in the example, the increase in overall cost of the grouping represents a 1% rise, which is in line with national inflation data.
A closer look at individual products reveal a mixed picture. Some items recorded noticeable increases. Flour rose from $12.99 to $15.99, while cheese climbed from $31.99 to $36.99, making them among the biggest contributors to the higher overall total. President of the Supermarket Association, Biondi Bechu, says these increases are not irregular.
It isn't a blanket rise. As you can see, it's being led by individual products within the grouping that have their own supply chains and input cost pressures.
But there was a slight relief in other items. Cooking oil dropped from $21.99 to $18.99, and salt dipped by $1. For most staples, however, there was no change at all. Prices for rice, bread, eggs, milk, sugar chicken and several other core items remain steady year on year. While a few items have become cheaper, increases in others effectively cancel out those gains, leaving the final bill slightly higher.
We would have noticed a reduction in brand loyalty over the past decade with the advent of new brands both locally and coming in from abroad, where consumers are shifting based on price, sometimes price sensitivity, from the brands that they would have historically bought, understanding that the quality of new products coming in as well represent a similar quality or a higher standard than they would have previously thought.
Last October, the government in its first budget announced the removal of value-added tax from several food items to reduce the cost of living. Among the zero-rated items were local produce, table salt, cocoa products, and various condiments. Beju, however, notes that a major shift in consumer behavior has been recorded in the alcohol category, following a doubling of excise duties, with persons opting for cheaper alternative brands. The findings come nearly 1 year after the change in government, at a time when the cost of living continues to dominate public concern. Responding to questions from CNC3 News, Agriculture Minister Ravi Rajaram outlined a series of measures aimed at stabilizing prices, including expanded farmer engagement, increased access to agricultural inputs, and new crop production initiatives targeting commodities such as soybean and corn. According to him, the ministry is set to roll out approximately 35 training programs this year, expected to benefit around 20,000 farmers and agro-entrepreneurs, with a focus on improving productivity and sustainability. Jesse Ramdev, CNC3 News.
Digital payments are expanding in TNT, with new systems targeting public transport, government services, and vulnerable groups.
Meanwhile, Public Utilities Minister Barry.
Do you all accept that? Do you all accept? Do you all? But they say that they did their survey, but some of you who go to the supermarket like me and shop and thing, you all accept? You all believe that? You all believe that? I want to hear from all you know. I want to hear from my listeners and people on the live. If that report that you all just listened to there, is that a true reflection or is it not? Type in yes or no. Type in yes or no. Is that a true reflection of grocery prices in Trinidad and Tobago? Type in yes or no and call in. Call in and tell me. Call in and tell me if that is a true reflection of food prices in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to hear. From you guys this evening. Come now, all you call in now.
2 months ago, why we don't bring back the old time Caliso? He said, well, later people keep asking everywhere, why you don't bring back our old time Ray Minor? I said, it's a good idea, without a doubt. But what the hell you want me to sing about? Is then he declare, sing about the price of food and how things so dear. Okra selling $1 for 5, $1 for celery.
So Google, good night.
Hi, good evening.
I sorry you didn't say what grocery you get the prices because I want to start shopping there.
Talk to me.
Because that is not true.
What is your experience?
The prices gone up way more than that. When I go in the grocery and I reach home, I start to check back my bill, to make sure they didn't rob me, Because you pick up 2 little things and I'll be like, but what it is I pick up in the grocery? So I want to know where he get those prices because I want to start shopping there.
Interesting.
Because that grocery, where he get those prices, Boy, everybody needs to start to go there.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to all the listeners on the airway, on the waves, and on the social media and all of this. You know, I just called to say good program as usual. Calling to say categorically that is not the reflection of what it is going on out here. Supermarkets in some areas are raising the price unjustifiably. It has supermarkets raising the price. Some kind of don't when they want no controls, no nothing like that. So that fella is just trying to, I don't know what it is going on with them. There are certain people seem to be trying to shield the government. But the reality of it is poor people out there that's feeling this. You understand? And trying to shield the government and make it look good. And the reality is people are not working. People, the supermarkets, the majority of them are empty. People struggling. You have $500, you cannot buy nothing. When you go, you come back with 2 little bags. That is the reality of out there. And another thing I'd like to just quickly pass to Google. I see $3.3 something billion. Yeah? $3 something billion in contracts. When I look at the names of these contractors, not one person, but according to my godly Prime Minister, who have the slave name. I want all the people out there who went on the polls and say UNC, yellow is the code, and when UNC win, everybody win. I just want to let us take a look at those names again, $3 something billion, and not one contract for somebody, our godly Prime Minister say have the slave name. Well, let's take that. Thanks again, Pastor Google. I'm locked on and listening.
Thank you very much.
Carrot is $4, that ain't no skylark. $6 for redfish, that is advantage. Some places is $5 a pound of cabbage. Ripe fig 180, green fig 45. Poor people only struggling to survive. Imagine cauliflower, $5 a head. So it's cheaper to buy marijuana instead.
Yeah, the night again, Pastor Google, that could never be a true reflection. Oh, most of them grocery price high. They might go one grocery, might get $1 difference. The other grocery you go to, the same item you're going to buy, and the price might increase about $2. So that survey like the bottom figures. When them say it's not here at all, most of them go to price high. Don't have better price control and things to go and have to controlling the price. You don't have that again. So then they'll see manager raising the price. Then they care about them selling the poor man. That way going on, they need a proper price control ministry in the government to monitor the price of all them goes in the grocery. That's what I do. And that you may say
on that story about food prices in Trinidad and Tobago. That's why we have to do our own research, you know. That's why we have to do our own thing. Because if we continue to allow these people and it to mislead us, sorry, but I just go in the market, I just go in the supermarket, what them telling us there, I'm sorry, but that could never be true. That could never be true. That could never, ever, ever be true. And again, Trinidad and Tobago, we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful, and you know, this is a platform for you to voice your opinion and share your views, because too many people are being misled. Too many people are being misled, and I think that it's time that we stand up as a nation against things like this. Right? We need to stand up. Stand up and tell the media, hey, oh, they get it wrong. You got it wrong this time, media. Wrong like a O. You know? Wrong, they got it this time. But there's also another story that I want to highlight, and it's dear to me because it is in my community. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Yes, 10%.
I would love to know which grocery this man is going on.
What do you mean by that 10%?
I don't understand. What grocery he is going to get them to cover with that survey?
What survey?
Hold on. That's all right. What was the last video you showed us somebody?
So I showed a video with the UNC, and the gentleman said that the gentleman said that it's just about $4 more in food prices, really.
That actually, I want to know where he is going, because that's what he's saying there. That is not what I experienced. So I want to know where he does go.
What you experiencing? You just go and shop?
Yes, I do. What do you feel like?
I thought your wife does do. Sorry, sir. I just thought that.
But she said no. She said no.
She just said yeah.
Yeah, I mean she just said. Because you know, pick out the cement. But when I go and pick up the 4-5 thing, Pastor, the money I spend for them 4-5 things. Wow. So I mean, I don't know where we get. That's he's saying $4 difference. I want to know where he getting that, because, like I say, when I was to pick up 4-5 things on the way home, and I pay for them 4-5 things, I want to know if it's really 4-5 things I really am.
How much your 4-5 things just come up to?
All right. Last time I went and pick up some stuff, it cost me, I had 5 items, it cost me $185.
I want to know what grocery you go and buy. Because if I pick up 5 things in the grocery, it comes up to about $400.
The zero one, thank God, I'm thinking wasn't so big, it's a small thing I pick up on.
What is the small thing? What
it wasn't cheese and thing. It was vegetable that I pick up on. It wasn't cheese and milk. Just veggie I pick up on. And pay that. There was no cheese and milk. It's veggie I pick up and pay that price. Wasn't for rice. It's veggie I pick up and pay that price. And some foods too. And pay that price. So that's I would love to know where he has go. Anyhow, let me make some space. Because I mean, you see these people, and according to the last caller, who trying to shield the government, and there's a good thing, I don't know why they're trying to brainwash the nation in this day and age. When people can research yourself, you're trying to brainwash our whole nation. And according to what your last caller said, It's shield the government. They can't shield the government. Reality, fact is facts, reality is reality. Anyhow, I love to understand everyone.
Okay. The man say he is going to grocery earlier. Man is going to grocery and pick up his stuff for him, madam. And he wanted to learn the 5 stuff he just pick up the counter $100 and something. I wish I knew which grocery he does go by to pick up stuff for $100 and something. Beautiful. Great. I appreciate that. I want to play for you another story, and I want people who live in my community who might be listening to listen to this video. 10%? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Master Google.
Good evening.
Good evening. I hear you play a nice song from later in the 80s about food prices.
Is there anything different today? Is there anything different in that song today?
If anything different, but it had other songs pertaining to food prices, sing all in the 50s and thing in the 40s. This fella did sing a nice rendition calypso in the 40s, dealing with the economic situation. Where he pen a song, one of the greatest ever calypsonians passed through the land here. The Royal Lion, he sang a song. I don't know if the nation heard that song already. Day after day, there is a human cry. You can't buy food, the price is too high. Black market is rampant to rank and file. Bubble and profiteering is now the style. It's no use to comment and lament, no way. From Caesar to Caesar is to no avail, is everywhere. To be seen, the law is being contravened, so the police should intervene and jail them before it's too late. Jail all these black markets, reprobate, murder, John Public can buy. The raising the price of foodstuff too high. Bush doctors is making a raging trade to charge for their bushes. They are not afraid. It have plenty calypsos dealing with food prices over the years from different calypsonians. And the calypso was one of the mediums to relate to the people. Regardless of, I had an issue with that some point in time with the license remote and the door we talk, the license we put, the door we walk. It had different kind of calypso dealing with the message to the people before we reach this stage of artificial intelligence down the road. But it was a treacherous path coming back down the road here for certain type of people in this land here. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Google?
I appreciate what you're saying.
All right, so I think I had come to mention on this program already, and as a little while I ain't talk, because I find that I'm listening one or two things, and I'm listening somebody callers that calling in and trying to join the wires and see what kind of sense it's making proper sense now. But anyhow, I would like to see a better future for the land. I think about the scriptures, what the people have to mindful of is the scriptures and nothing good going to happen until the face of the earth, until the coming of the Lord. It will have to have divine intervention. He say, except those days shall be shortened, there'll be no flesh save alive. And those scriptures is for our people in our point in time and no other people in the no past history of the earth, because right presently now, we have weapons on the face of the earth to destroy this earth 1,000 times over from 6 to 6. And that could not happen in your grandfather time and my grandfather and father and them time too, because the first atomic bomb was dropped in 1945. And now it's nations like America, Russia, China, North Korea. I see Trump in the last term he had call the North Korean president Little Rocket Man. Just now will be no more. So I watching how I moonlighting on the balcony and I looking on. All right, the public of Trinidad and Tobago, good night. Right? I wish national prosperity, spiritual prosperity for our people too. And healing and forgiveness. All right. Good night, Mr. Google.
All right. Thank you very much for calling and listening.
Okay.
All right. Bye. All right. So I want to play this video for you guys of what was said in the parliament last week by my member of parliament, Mr. Brian Manning. Mr. Manning would have Mr. Manning would have highlighted an issue in our community, and I want you all to listen to what is being said, and I want you all to listen to the response. So my member of parliament would have said some things, the minister would have responded, and then I will play you what Barry Parrott had to say in the budget debate. All right, so take a listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, the people want water, Mr. Speaker. That is the cry you will hear up and down this country. Every time we come here to this chamber to talk to this Minister of Public Utilities about the epic failure that is the water supply in this country, all we hear is PNM, PNM, PNM. This minister does more to promote the PNM than anybody in the PNM. Because they're always talking about us. That is the problem. The problem that this government finds itself in. That one, they want to say the PNM did nothing, and then at the same time take credit for all of the PNM's performance, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, under the previous Minister of Public Utilities, one who was actually doing his job, the MP for Aruka Lopino, we had something called the Community Water Improvement Program, Mr. Speaker, which Pleasantville fell under. If you know Pleasantville in San Fernando East.
Some point in time.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Pleasantville has had water issues because of its elevated terrain, especially in those areas. It has been a challenge. So, in 2021, with the advent of the Community Water Improvement Program, Pleasantville was scheduled for work. The member and myself, we did extensive work. Everything was done. Surveys were completed. Everything was ready to be done, Mr. Speaker. And the program would have promised an enhanced water supply, Mr. Speaker. It would provide 24/7 water to the people of Pleasantville. It would have assisted over 5,000 residents in the Pleasantville community. All it required was the program to be funded. Mr. Speaker, last year, right here in this chamber, in the Standing Finance Committee, I asked the member before the national community, will the people of Pleasantville have this project done within this fiscal year? The member said, under the UNC, even the people of San Fernando East will win. He made a promise to the people of Pleasantville right here in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, to date, nothing has been done by this Minister of Public Utilities. And what we have also found out is that this line item, which was in the national budget, has not miraculously been funded. So we want to know, is it that the Minister of Finance has been deceiving this Minister of Public Utilities, or did he make a promise to the people of Pleasantville that he knew he couldn't keep? That is what we want to know. And like my colleague from Diego Martin, we tired of the old talk too, Mr. Speaker. It's just old talk, old talk, old talk. We want to know what is being done, when it's being done, and why it has not been done. You've been in office over a year now. Time to stop the old talk and get to work. Time to perform. And I'm not talking about your hired performance. where even your Prime Minister said, if she was there, she would have booed you. I was home booing. No, I'm sure you heard me. Okay? That is what we need, Mr. Speaker. The people of Pleasantville deserve to have water. They've been waiting. We have people having to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to fill buckets to get to work. The program, we want to know when this will be completed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm advised by WASA that the water improvement program in Pleasantville is well on its way. I'm also advised that the project remains a priority intervention due to the condition of the existing transmission infrastructure which experiences approximately 38 leaks per year. The proposed works, Mr. Speaker, involve replacement of an aged 150 millimeter asbestos cement pipeline, which we will now upgrade, listen to this, which we will now upgrade to a 200 millimeter and 300 millimeter PVC pipeline along the key corridors, including Pleasantville Circular and Shakonia Avenue, which upgrades is intended to 1, reduce leakage and non-revenue water loss, 2, improve system pressures, and 3, increase the overall capacity and reliability of the network within the Pleasantville area. I am further advised, Mr. Speaker, that preliminary activities, including surveying, engineering design, and preparation of bills of quantities and cost estimates, have been completed. Mr. Speaker, I want to assure the people of Pleasantville, San Fernando East, I want to assure them that an active and high priority project and efforts are ongoing to advance the implementation in the shortest possible time frame. So Pleasantville, relief is coming to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 005-06-061, Community Water Improvement Program. I see here an estimate of $25 million. There was a program started under the last administration in Pleasantville called the Pleasantville Water Improvement Program, which would benefit over 5,000 residents of the community who have had water issues in the past. Will this program be continued by this government and the Ministry of Public Utilities?
Mr. Chairman, with respect to that particular project that the member has spoken about, the short answer of that is yes. Even the people of San Fernando East will win when the UNC wins. And next time Maka will win.
Can I ask the Minister if this program will be completed within this fiscal year?
Minister, we will be very happy to deliver to the people of San Fernando East.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated.
So I had to play that because it is in my community. And I want to tell you all this, I don't know where the work's happening. People who live in Pleasantville and listen to the program, they could call in and tell me. But the replacement of the lines that the minister is talking about is on the circular. Anybody who lives on the circular could tell me if works are happening. Anybody who lives in Corlita could tell me if works are happening. Anybody living in Pleasantville who's listening to this program, who wish to call in, I'd give you that opportunity now. I like to leave the lines clear. I want to see if anybody from Pleasantville listening. Anybody from Pleasantville who is listening and you want to call in and tell me, yes, Pastor Google, what the minister just said there, it is happening, where they are replacing the lines in Corlita and replacing the lines in Pleasantville. I'm leaving the lines open for somebody from Pleasantville to call in and tell me if you all are seeing works happening on the circular in Pleasantville or in Corlita. Please call in now.
Some say it is that. I go get the facts. experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out facing real consequences. That when you play dotish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of MAGA madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T. to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize what's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, I see the FA, now they got FO.
You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network. You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network.
I said the FA, now they got FO. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. The Mongo Sam will find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in the mouth. Why you shout FA?
Okay, so apparently nobody from my community is listening to the program. But I'd like for somebody from Pleasantville to call in and say to me, Pastor Google, I'm listening, and there is no works happening in our community at this time. So we don't know what that minister is speaking about. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. I was not talking about, given the last two videos, I had no choice but to call because basically by my line of work. So, I don't know, what's my name is again, Elder?
Yeah.
Elder had to stop doing that to himself and people. Stop girl, do girl this 5 minutes before you come on to read. Because clearly you know nothing. Because nothing Elder said is true. Because first again, anytime you change her pipe, you must because of the system we had long time. Most of the older pipes from back in the 70s and 80s, it has dusters. So anytime you change that dusters, you're going to replace it with PVC. So that's nothing new we're talking about. I don't know who the big who and who are. And yes, because of sandals naturally a heavy place. So you will need new lines and you will need new pumps. And I saw that survey that was being done. And I'm glad how all the catching lying, because he said even the Santander would win. When the father would win, because like the a whole year gone, they started that project. Well, and all the survey have been done. All I can do is just fund and implement. They are the one I do no study. All the survey have been done. So what are you telling? Pastor?
I'm listening to you.
So I want to know. So that I want to know. So learn how to start being used. Because clearly he don't know we talking about it. Because you talking we can't pretend that you want to know a question. You can't your face your nose down people. You can't lift it. You can't lift your eyebrow because clearly the guy skipped to read. Clearly. So he did the script to it. But in reality, that survey have been done. You know what survey have been done? That survey have been done in August of 2023. Pastor?
I'm listening.
That survey have been done in August of 2023. Within funding. Get funding. It was to get funding. Now, I don't know what we're going with the election, that beyond me. But they have no studies that Mr. Wando. All they have to do is fund the program and implement it. If they want to, they can take credit too. But all these studies have been done. All I do is fund the program, put this material, buy the pumps, buy the pipes, and just sort of go to work. That's all they do. And all our money and the working staff, almost a year. Well, you can say it's a year. So them talking about the cap, and the MP is quite right. They can't want to be blaming the parents for everything bad. But on one hand, everything good from parents, you're not clean. Make it make sense.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
They can't want to be blaming the parents for
Call after the long television and listen to me on the phone.
Okay. Make it make sense. All right.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor Google. I live Hibiscus Drive. I've been on circular left, circular right, and there's nothing happening, nothing at all.
Oh, so you live in my community?
Yes, I live Hibiscus Drive.
All right. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for calling.
Nothing is happening, and the water situation is at worst right now. I've been here since 1960 something, and it is at its worst with the Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. At least one person had to be listening from my community, boy.
For sale, for sale, for sale. All your good, yes? I was lining with some old men before the election, and well, I was amazed of their discussion. They were discussing the election of 2025, how Africans were selling cheap and UNC buying dead or alive. One old man shout out, fellas, give me your attention. UNC can't win by themselves, no election. You see, they're sitting and they're planning to make a decision. So she called out Shilaga, who the old FIFA wanted man. She said, call the trade union, let we start negotiations. And we could call out a big sale and we go buy out some Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying Africans.
You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network.
Slave names, man, so big, strong Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We going good or bad. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. Tobago and Trinidad. Oh, somebody pinch me. Hey, UNC sitting and they're waiting patiently. With about 16 safe seats, they don't win that already.
So I'll continue to take your calls on issues that we would have brought up tonight. All right, this evening, issues that we would have brought up this evening. So you can call me on 464-7003, 464-7003, and let me know what are your thoughts. Remember tonight, we looked at the food prices. All right, CNC3 would have done their survey and believe that the food prices is less, well, not less, $4 more. Also, we would have listened to Minister MP Marvin Gonzal having an issue with a gentleman who is a counselor, does not have the experience in management, and he is now the CEO of MTS. We touched on that, and we were looking for HR consultants and HR persons to tell us, is it right for somebody to be the CEO of a company and have no experience and also have no qualifications? All right. We also talked about what else did we touch on? we touched on well, we looked at what's happening in my community where my member of parliament is lobbying, and you hear him lobbying for us as a community that we should get proper water supply, and I want to commend him for proper representation of us, representing us, in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, Mr. Brian Manning, for your work in looking out for us as a community, and we are eternally grateful. All right. Also, so we're taking your calls. What are your thoughts? We have the wide range of topics that you can bring into and share your views on. You know, tell us what are your thoughts on the water situation in Pleasantville, and do you think that our member of parliament represented us well in the parliament? Also, we're talking about this food prices. Food prices. And when I look on the live, I'm seeing people saying, Pastor Google, the caller not lying. Every time you go to the supermarket, things going up. So what is your thoughts? 464-7003. Don't sit in your home and just watch me. Call in and tell me what are your thoughts about the issues that we are talking about. People are listening from all over the world. If you're still on the live, those of you who are on the live, just let me know where you're looking at me from. I'll shout you out. Somebody saying, in the government, doesn't have that experience, does they? Okay. Yep, so let me know where you're looking at me from. Alright, and also the number you can call is 464-7003, 464-7003. And remember to make your contribution to keep us on the air. Alright, to keep us on the air. Make your contribution to keep us on the air. Alright, at any First Citizen Bank. At any First Citizens Bank. You see the information rolling across the screen, so you can make your contributions at any First Citizen Bank. Alright. The information is rolling over your screen. Kevin Andrew Jr. Henry, and the account number is 2417963. Okay. So tell me where you're looking at me from. Somebody said I'm looking at you from Tigo Martin, Diamondville. I heard that there was a fire in Diamondville today. I heard that there was a fire in Diamondville today. I hope that no one got hurt. I hope that no one got injured. And I think I saw where there were some people with a truck coming to assist the fire hydrant with water. Somebody's watching from Caranage, is in the house, west side. Good evening to Caranage. We have Tigo Martin, we have Caranage, we have Santa Cruz in the inside. Santa Cruz. Somebody from Santa Cruz, that's in the San Juan area, going up there. Alright, Santa Cruz, thank you very much. The person said, yes, there was a fire in Diamondville today. Did anybody get hurt? Anybody got injured? Everybody was safe? I hope that there was no damage done to anybody. Alright. Somebody is from, alright, so somebody watching Pastor Google. Alright, good night, Pastor Blessings, listening to you from Boston. Alright, good evening, Boston. Alright, Point Fortin is in the house. Pastor Google. St. Augustine is in the house. Belmont. Water issues in Belmont. Alright. Palaseco is in the house. St. Mary's Village, Moruga is in the house. Maraval in the house. Hey. So just type and let me know where you're looking at me from. Come on, just type in and tell me where are you looking at me from. I'd really like to know where you're taking me in, you know. Touch base with your boy. Let me know where you're looking at me from. Point 14 is in the house. I'm seeing somebody from North Carolina. Beaumont is in the house.
I started to run when I scope out my country. I walk by a gun. Cause that is what they promise we. A lot's going on in this sun.
You can see somebody from Tunapuna Lockdown, somebody from Canopy is in the house, somebody from Balmain Village, Couva, Pleasantville is in the house. What that is? Barapo is in the house.
Is it ignorance or is it arrogance? I don't know what to call it in this instance.
Someone said Pleasantville MP Brian Manning, hats off to him, always best MP ever. Malik is in the house. Saparia lock on. Gasparino is locked on.
Sure you could fix everything on the island. One ship's on we back like a tyrant. Put in the radars all up Scarborough. Don't forget this is Trinidad.
I'm seeing somebody from Sandy Grande is in the house. I see you, Gasparino. I see you.
Freedom, and every citizen will agree that no oppression.
New Jersey, how long you listening now?
We come from
Good evening, New Jersey. Good evening, Laramie. See somebody from Pleasantville locked on. Well done, MP.
To be a financial donkey, 'cause every day we see new taxation that causes a new kind of separation. When you don't create that irritation, send police to fix the desperation. God, where's the common sense? Where's the true intent to make you think oppression is relevant? Don't be shocked, my friend, when we start to bend and you see the black cards in front of the valley.
I'm seeing where Palmas is in the house. Shogunas is in the house. What that is? St. Augustine is in the house. Good night, brother. Who's that?
This is Trinidad.
Is that space side I see from Tobago there? I don't know if that space side Tobago saying good night there. This space side, just type in yes. Space side Tobago is on love to all. Alright, is that space side Tobago? Let me know now. Pity Valley locked on and listening by the East West Corridor, Pity Valley, Caranage, Tigre Martin. Then you had somebody from, what do you call it? Santa Cruz. Whoa. Pretty Valley, good evening.
Feeling permanent. But what scares me now, just so that you know, is the money.
Somebody from Sawa just come on and say Sawa in the house, boy. Full 100. Love, 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 love. Oh, no, do you see that love, 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 love thing you on there?
Oh, you could stress out the sea pepper worker. Take a fool and make him a leader. You could change every board because it's your show. But don't forget, this is Trinidad.
So I'm seeing somebody from Canopia listening. I realize I have a lot of listeners from Canopia, boy. And I'm seeing somebody from Sawa is in the house.
What only cause rebellion in TNT, like what caused Kabule.
What part of Sawa are you listening to me from?
And it's saw the story unfold. It's not rebellion.
I'm seeing Sawa in the house. Sawa, what part of Sawa are you listening to me from?
So careful how you deal with the intellect. Cause DNA remembers. Not every time we cry it's just politics. Your mind could start to play you some dirty tricks. Look, remember that honor comes before minister. And that's why
You look somebody from Captiville, Point Fortin in the house.
and don't let us frown. We need to see our 360 turn around.
Egypt Village, Point Fortin in the house, my locked on, my. Good evening, Egypt. Good evening, good evening, good evening, Captiville. Sunshine Avenue. Trin City is in the house.
What you want with what intent? You can part of the independent bench. You can change the country that we once know. Don't forget, this is Trinidad.
Right, so I'm seeing somebody here from Santa Rosa Arena in the house. Pretty Valley again. Somebody from Enterprise Chaguanas. Somebody from Grenada is in the house. What part of Grenada are you listening to me from? Tell me, what part of Grenada are you locked on from? Somebody from St. Anne's in the house.
Don't forget. And everybody in the surprise calypso, right?
Alright, somebody from St. Anne's is in the house. So just touch base. Let me know where you're looking at me from. And when you come on, also click the thumbs up button now. Click the thumbs up button for me. Alright, let's YouTube let YouTube know that hey, these are not robots, but these are real people. I'm seeing New York in the house. I'm seeing blessings, Pastor Google. Where you looking at me from? You know, say blessings and you put your hands up. California is in the house. Grenada is in the house. Alright. Somebody from Egypt Village, Point Fortin. A new person that's coming there. Move out. Somebody from Toronto is on. Pastor G. Your song has become distorted. My sound is distorted. Rio Claro is in the house. Somebody said that my sound is distorted. I don't know that my sound is distorted. Rio Claro is in the house. Alright, so just text and let me know where you're looking at me from. Maloney is in the house. Alright, so we have people on the live, man. So YouTube are doing my house call, and most of the people who are on the live, most people who are on the live is not robots, they are real. Alright, you are sounding distorted. Really? Somebody said it was sounding muffled, but better now. Maryland, USA is in the house. Maryland, how are you guys going? I have some friends in New Mexico. I have some friends in Buffalo. Yeah. Yep, I have some people out there. So, yeah. Touch base. Somebody said, yes, we are real. Yeah. Somebody said, my hometown is Rio Claro. All right, Santa Flora. Somebody from where? Somebody say it's coming back. It's coming back by me. Okay, I don't know what that means. Yes, it was, but it's better now. Somebody saying, good night, Pastor Google. All on the live. Tobago in the house. What part of Tobago are you looking at us from? Somebody say, yeah, big pastor. Great job you do. All right. Shogunas in the house. El Dorado. Always present. Pointe-à-Pied. What part of Pointe-à-Pied? What Pointe-à-Pied? Pointe-à-Pied is a big place, you know. Pleasant Park, Pointe-à-Pied. Tunapuna in the house. Okay. Tunapuna, all you feeling with Roger Alexander? All you good with him? All you feeling about all the boy Roger Alexander? All you good with him? Tunapuna. Somebody again from Tunapuna. Wow. Canada is in the house. Okay. PNM. Who's that person? Who's that person do that there? PNM. North Side Road. Where's North Side Road? Tunapuna. Our next person from Tunapuna. Where's North Side Road though? I don't know where North Side Road is. If anybody knows where North Side Road is, you can let me know. The person from Tobago, let me know what part of Tobago. All right, Pastor, you had... Somebody said, Pastor, you heard Tobago might be under $1,000. Yes, to come to Tobago, they're saying that they're going to have 2 flights where they're going to just take off the subsidy for people who want to come to Tobago and have a shore seat. They're taking off the subsidy and they pay $1,000 both ways to go out to come. Well, not at both ways, but $1,000. Hi, Pastor Google. I am listening to you from what that is. What that is? What that is? Where are you listening to me from? Oh gosh. Somebody from President's House area in Tobago. Okay. Nice. Okay, so somebody want to shout out their family in Enterprise, Shogunas, and Mason Hall, Tobago. So there's somebody on the live who want to shout out their family in Enterprise and Shogunas, and Mason Hall, Tobago. Okay, shout out to to them. Big up to them. All right. What's the time now? It's 10:49. Nobody not calling in. I am just sitting here reading out areas that are looking at constructive talk, which is good. You know, sometimes it's just good to just, you know, to just touch base at where you are looking at me from, you know, so that YouTube will not feel that Mason Hall. Okay, Pastor Google. Oh, is the road before Manzanella? Okay. I don't know. Oh gosh. All right, so Manzanella. Let's put Manzanella. All right. Somebody said they are avoid listeners. Okay. So your family who listening from the other listeners, the people who are listening from Shagonas, Enterprise, and Mason Hall, ardent listeners. Thank you very much. Somebody said what? Is it Carenage? Hello, good evening.
Yes, good night to you, Pastor Google. Good night to the callers, the listeners.
You're calling to tell me going on a bacchanal Saturday?
I ain't not interested in that,
anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I'm not interested in that.
Sorry.
You understand?
Sorry.
You see, them people go make you send your soul in this country. You understand? But anyway, I was watching on the chat day and somebody saying that on the news tonight they're planning to take off the subsidy off of the flight to Tobago once you have a confirmed flight from $200 to $1,000 return.
All right, let me play it for you. I'm going to play it for you. What they said?
Yeah, I don't really catch me. I know that it was new to the country, you know. So,
right. So whatever you do, I'll play it and you can call back.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Top of the news. As government considers a proposal to introduce unsubsidized flights on the domestic air bridge, travelers could soon be paying close to $1,000 for a return trip to Tobago during peak periods on Caribbean Airlines.
Now, currently, a round-trip ticket costs about $400 TT. Minister of Trade, Industry and Tourism Satyakama Maraj tells Guardian Media the proposal would see one morning and one evening flight operating without state subsidy, allowing passengers to secure guaranteed seats at market-based prices. He explains that the initiative is designed to improve reliability on the route while reducing financial losses incurred by Caribbean Airlines, which currently operates subsidized services. He adds government is also in discussions with external carriers to service the route. He says there's an interest in developing a dedicated service.
People pay the rate. You want a flight tomorrow? You pay. Right, I think it was about $960 or $1,000 return, which is nothing, right? And but you have a secure seat, right? One in the morning, one in the evening, and if we need more, we put more.
So unsubsidized flights.
Unsubsidized, because as you know, when you have a subsidized flight, and Caribbean Airlines subsidizes it, the more flights they put on, the more money they lose. But they're happy to break even on a flight.
Now, tomorrow, government will officially relocate passengers flying to Tobago at the Piarco International Airport through the international gates. The minister says he expects some adjustments to be made by the authorities and passengers alike.
I'm not sure why they did it, but I think they did it for logistical purposes. Everything takes a little time. They thought about it very carefully, consulted everybody, and they thought that was the best approach to do it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. People will have a little time adjusting, just as sail clear. That's why we're doing the testing here. But once you get used to it, I think you'll find it an improvement.
Meanwhile, in addition to air transport reforms, Maraj outlined plans to digitize arrival and departure forms within the maritime sector as well.
Well, retired Director General of the Civil Aviation Authority, Ramesh Lachmadial, says he sees no issue with the introduction of unsubsidized peak hour flights between TNT, noting that current inter-island fares are already heavily subsidized and below market value.
The important point is that the current fare is heavily subsidized. It's way below the market value. And if people are willing to pay the market value in the peak periods, I see nothing wrong with that.
And economist Dr. Vanesh James says this move could be a practical way to improve access and efficiency in the domestic aviation system, but only if it is properly structured and based on data-driven policies.
He also argues that the system must balance affordability with the reality that some passengers are willing and able to pay more for priority, access, and flexibility.
This can be worked out. And let me just point out lastly that the Tobago, we have to calculate the amount of subsidy that we're paying in order to keep the seats at 400. In other words, you have to answer the question, what is the commercially viable rate, price for the tickets?
Okay, so you just heard it. Caller, I played it for you there. So it's for domestic flights. If you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So caller, if you want to call back and tell us what are your thoughts about it, that'll be cool. Hello, good evening.
Yes, Pastor Google. Now, that is going to spell disaster for the Tobagonians with the tourism. Reason being, now, and Dr. Rowley would have said it, the years gone by, thing. This government is trying to always squeeze the poor man on the ground. Now, I want to know, since when Tobago become an international gate? Since when Tobago became an international gate? Tobago not part of Trinidad then. It has to me it's looking like that. Why you want to be locating the Tobago gate to the international gate? What are you all trying to really implement? Because now you're saying you're gonna have 2 domestic flights during peak period at $1,000 return, right? Now, Tobago sees different peak periods around Easter, around July, August, and now they have the carnival in Tobago. So are you trying to say that later this year in Tobago carnival, if I go to Tobago and it's a peak period, I'll be there at, well, Tobago is going to lose a lot of tourism from Trinidad because nobody ain't going to spend $1,000 on a flight on return. Now, I'm saying it have some wood with it, but majority of the people, because they see Tobago as right next door, is about 15-20 minutes right there. So I might pay $1,000 to go right to Tobago, which is our style. Every time I'm going. What
the minister say?
Yeah.
Okay. When they ask him about the money, he say that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Look, no, even Grenada and Barbados and them is the right thing, but Tobago is right there. And yes, what he said, because at the end of the day, it's not them to pay it, so he can afford to say that. You understand? You can afford to say that. And I don't understand, before I go past on Google, next month, this government, I hear to the grapevine, this government planning to increase the separate offenses, the fines.
No, she can't increase it. She said that she will reduce it if Trinidadians behaving themselves.
Reduce it?
I have a video with her saying that.
Oh, she will reduce it. Pastor Google, This is Trinidad and Tobago. We have a government that will say one thing one way, and 5 minutes after. But look at the example, Christmas Day, what they did. So, I would not let them bypass this government. But as I say, when you wins, the country suffers. Yeah, and I hope that people understand. Don't take your vote for granted. Don't say, I don't vote. Your voting has consequences like what we're experiencing right now, and they're only 1 year. I don't know what they want to celebrate Saturday, but when you wins, vote for that. So I'll look at Google.
All right, thank you very much. Let's see what they're going to do Saturday. We're going to see Saturday what is going to be coming out of this celebration. May have some goodies. Jimmy announced some goodies on Saturday. She taking off $1 for salt, flour, yeast, ghee. Yes, 10%.
Pastor, good afternoon again.
Yes, 10%.
I have nothing to say towards that because funny enough, if there are people have to vote for and I would have comfortable with, who's me in China to argue? Because funny enough, Pastor, 6 years ago, right, when the world had shut down, nothing was the same. All the airport was closed. How come that's no problem? How come we have issues now? How come the car afforded the upkeep the subsidies? And the same for Nigerians. Good God. The same for Nigerians here on the I need some like in agreement with that.
Yes, he is.
There will. Who's me to complain because I will have to I will have work to do. If they don't believe that could work for them, fine. Yeah, so don't complain when tourism dying. Don't complain when hotel car full. Don't complain for nothing because that's all I want. That's all listening.
Oh, thank you very much. I saw somebody a foreign caller was trying to get you just now. If you want, you can call now, caller. All right. I saw a foreign caller was trying to get through on 464-7003, 464-7003. Caller, you can call back now if you wish. I saw a foreign caller was trying to get through just now. All right. Taking your call. I saw some people were trying to get through. 464-7003. 464-7003. You can try back now if you wish to get in. I'll give you some time because I know that, there's a delay. So I give you some time to for you to call me back. If you wish to call me back. All right. 464-7003. 464-7003. Foreign caller. If you wish to call back.
I said give me a F, and let them know that is the code. Some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I prepare the facts. Give me experiencing a global phenomenon with serious
All right, so I have the foreign caller on. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, this is the caller from New York here. Yeah, I just want to let you know that there's two Plumiton. One is Plumiton Road in Carnage, and the Plumiton the person called from, I think that is from the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation, I think.
Okay. All right.
All right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Same to you. Thanks for listening.
There's no doubt, even Monk Sam will find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F-O, tell him that it's the call. Oh, say, can you see? You see the call? Come in. Trinidad love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America Trump, we just...
Good night.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Claxton Bay is on it.
Thank you very much, Claxton Bay.
Are you great?
How are you going?
I'm great. And yourself?
Quiet. Watching tricks.
Yeah, I love support. You don't have to worry about me. I want.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Pleasant sleep. Good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Square pegging wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at the polls. Feel the F-O. Listen the F-A. Now we go F-O. The two worst Alexanders in the world can't he make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. F-O. Listen the F-A. Now we go F-O. Setting up TNT in people worship we in place. She should have let the Yankee army plant the red eye in shipping palace. F-O. I said the F-A. Now she go F-O. You see when you're F-A wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's our...
You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network. You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network. All right, so this is why I say my goodbyes and say thank you very much for listening to me on Constructive Talk this evening. All right, so talk to you guys on Monday. On Monday. I will be back with you guys to chat with you about issues and current affairs that is confronting our nation. So again, thank you very much for being with me. Talk to you guys on Monday, please God. Have a safe weekend. And remember, give God your best praise this weekend now. Try and find a church, find somewhere. Remember, Final Hour Christian Ministries is having their Visitors Day on Saturday at the Center of Excellence at Mandela Hall. You can make your way there. Pastor Mackenzie is going to be. Featured speaker is Pastor Dave Mackenzie. All right. My papa. Also, you can make your way, if you live San Fernando, to Life in the Word Prophetic Cathedral, where Apostle Dr. Corey K. Grant is the apostle and pastor there. If you want to find a church to go to, you can do that there. And also you can make your way to Tunapuna Open Bible Church, Pastor Desmond Austin. You can make your way there. Any one of those churches, walk up to the pastor and said, Pastor, Google tell me to visit this church. All right? God bless you. Have a safe weekend, everyone.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk. Final Hour Christian Ministries invites you to their annual Visitors Day service. End of days. Where are we in 2026? On Saturday, April 25th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Mandela Hall Center of Excellence with Pastor Mackenzie and the Final Hour family. See you there.
The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
You are listening to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google, on CTN Network.